Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Diamond Drops from Janice, Sherlock. Now this is a neat border tangle or a line tangle, whichever way you want to do it. So let's imagine from what I'm going to use the pencil as if I'm drawing either my border or a string. Okay, we'll do it like that. Because this is something that you could definitely have some fun with. It actually should be a little bit lighter than that, but oh well. Okay, so it starts off with a series of orbs and diamonds. And of course, whatever size you want. And then two, if you've never taken like a beginner class, I call mine Zentangle Essentials because I don't like the term beginner. It's a great refresher type thing too. So if you've never taken one, or it's maybe been a while and you just want to regroup into the methodology that is Zentangle. So we would draw, our border or our string, and remember that the string is just the string and the border. All the pencil lines are just a suggestion. You can go outside of them if you want. But what's sometimes fun is to just follow along. So that's what I'm going to do. So again, a series of that'll go with the other part. Okay. Of orbs. So alternating, start with an orb and then draw a diamond. And I had found that I'm better to do the bottom V and then a top V, but that's okay. And what I'm aiming to do is to kind of get them right in the center. So let's try this. A V. So if your diamonds end up wonky, this could be a help. And of course, whatever size you want either to be, that is up to you. And I just thought that this would be a fun way to demonstrate. Oh, look at how even that turned out. Wow, couldn't have planned that better. Okay, so then our next step is we're going to draw some, you can think of it a number of ways. If you've done the Tangle Flux, it's like that. I heard Maria call it a tethered orb, and I kind of like that. So I'm starting at this point where the diamond meets the orb. And just in the center here, I'm going to draw a small, or you could even call it a teardrop shape. I kind of like to stick within the essential elements, the elemental strokes of Zentangle, and orb is one of them. All right, so in doing that in each one, you can kind of measure them, however big or small your diamonds are. You can just, have it go down a certain length, which is also nice because then it makes it forgiving in that, it's consistent in that way. All right, then on this top line of your diamond, I'm going to start to the left, and so I'm going to draw is the same stroke, but I'm going to sort of trace over this a little bit and then come out. Oop, and not do that, but that's okay. And I'm just going to work that one side, and you can also decide how far out you want to go. I'm kind of having it go over the length a little bit. Again, completely up to you. And then we'll do the other side. And that's where this little fit right in. Oh, look at that. You wouldn't even know that it's there except you were watching. Okay. Then she has us filling in the section. And I switched to an 05 just because I should just use the graphic. That's a lot easier Yeah, it's a lot easier as long as I have it right handy. And that apparently I don't. You would think that after all of this time of doing these that I would have all my stuff together. I do. It's in a big pile on my table. Sometime I'll take a picture. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. It's an enormous pile of pens. And then every once in a while I clean it up and put them away. And then I really can't find anything. That's almost too big. Ah, here it is. And then, of course, you know, while we're doing the fill-in, if for some reason you need to adjust something, do a little course correction, you can. For instance, if, say, you know, this piece, you know, in the middle is a little too long, you can shave off some of the length of it or reshape it a little bit. The only thing with using the fill-in as a course correction is you can only make something smaller, at least an open section like this. I can make the diamond, I can reshape that, but you just have to be careful where, you know, how you're doing it, because, well, I've gotten myself in a little bind that way where it's like, oh no, I can't adjust it that way because it's open. And then a lot of times I like to come back and with the 01, see, like here where I have this little bump, really easy, just trace right over that edge and it's all beautiful. Okay, then you can display. So one way, which I think is, she did this in her step out, which will be in the description section, and I love doing this at the end of things, and I probably just don't do it enough, is an aura around the entire design. And so if you are new to Zentangle, an aura is just, as you can see, I am outlining this. Ooh, this really needs to be a little neater. And what I'm carefully doing is working to outline all of the contours. Like so. And then you can flip your tile or your paper, whatever you're working on. And the beautiful thing about all of this is you don't have to worry about it being perfect. Just close. And there we go. And it adds a neat finishing touch to it. You can aura multiple times if you want. I have seen people, you know, do what we call it perfing, which is just putting little small orbs around, like if imagine perforating, right? Little small orbs and then auraing again. This part is up to you and your creativity. Now, oh, another thing, because I just want to, because I really like it, is I'm just going to add a little line and a dot in the center of these because it is just screaming to me to do that. You could just add a line if you want. You could just leave them as they are. Now, you're probably wondering, especially if you're new, because this is the question that I get a lot. What about that line? Well, generally in Zentangle, we don't worry about it. It's part of the process. It's, you know, again, part of the methodology of Zentangle. And there's no erasers in our kit, so so again, we just don't worry about it. What I am going to do though, and this is one thing you could think about with it, although I am kind of going on the wrong side. Well, this one could be. If I was being strategic, I would have done both sides, but that's okay. I put a little bit of graphite. I'll just put it on this side and. There we go. Oops, I forgot this one. It's usually nice to do it on the same side, but I also kind of want to see what this looks like. Because at the same time, we also don't worry about light source if we're doing shading, things like that. So you can almost, even if you wanted to, just shade the whole thing in. And then if you have a white jelly roll, we'll just add an orb or a swoosh mark. And I'm adding it to the place that's dark, so that way you can see it, because this is a white tile. And it adds a little bit of shine, just a little something. Anyway, this is a really cute tangle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would appreciate any likes, shares, subscriptions. I'd love to have you be a subscriber to the channel if you are not already. Also in that description section, links to connect with me if you would like to. I do classes online, both free and paid, and we also have a nice Facebook group going. I post on Instagram and Pinterest. I need to build in Pinterest a little bit more, but I do have some things there. But would love to have you connect and enjoy tangling even more so. So, with that, thanks again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.